I've never done this before.
That's a good idea. Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Here, come with me. All right, so today is kind of a, let's call it a admin day at the studio, a down day, if you will, where I just did 3 hours of consultations. My brain is fried. So one of the things that I recently got connected and set up here is the old drum room, the drum booth, where we're gonna have essentially a B kit that's just always kind of got tight and close and fat and dead sounding drums. So I got the DB25s to have that room set up, and I want to record some drums in there, right? But my brain is fried right now, so I am refueling on some caffeine, which for sure is not going to help. But I have tasked Ike, who's holding the camera right now, with my favorite thing, which is called Figure It Out, where I said, I want to record some drums. We want it to be simple, just a small number of mics. Pick some mics, put them up. So we're gonna see what Ike picks for the drums. We're gonna have him get levels, and I'm gonna focus on the drum sound and this coffee, and we're gonna see what we get in this shout out Jake Reed, super dead drum room. Hit the like button. There's Ike. Ike, do you have a plan?
Not yet.
Have you figured out what mics you want to grab, or are you just kind of wing it as you go?
Kind of winging it. I chose the snare mic already.
Chose the snare mic, okay. So I'm gonna let you kind of go about picking the stuff and setting it up. I might follow you around, might film some of it, and then I'll probably start tweaking on the drums, and we'll see how it turns out.
Sweet.
Do you have any questions for me?
What kind of sound are you wanting?
Ooh, good question. Obviously the dead thing, but over here you can see we have, this is the live thing, which is lots of mics. I think there's 11, actually it might be 10 mics on this kit, but it's a very roomy sound. So we're going for the opposite of that. We don't want a lot of mics. We want few mics, and we want close sounds. I think I have ribbons on the overheads. I think I might want to keep ribbons on the overheads. So use some ribbons. Keep it simple. And hurry up, because you got to leave soon. There it goes. We've got some drums in the drum room already, but we have some alternatives here. So maybe once mics are up, we'll figure out which drums are going to go in there. So in regards to preamps, I'm usually using these APIs on the super live drums. So we're going to move over and plug in these WA273s, which a couple of them have some things already in them, so Ike's going to have to move those around. So we'll see what he picks. This is our kind of our input section here. Also, some of you may have noticed this TIAC 88 here in the studio. This has been a project for the last couple months of sort of diagnosing it, replacing some things, trying to get it fully up and working. I think we're right on the finish line on it. I've got some really cool dudes coming over tomorrow who are just finished refurbishing this exact machine, and they're going to help me get it past the finish line. They've got a cool studio tech channel that I'm gonna do a whole thing on because it's been tremendously helpful for me. So anyway, in the future, maybe we'll run these drums into that tape machine and get that sound to tape, which would be so sick. Hercules is unimpressed. Let's go check on Ike. All right. Oh, he's putting it on this stand.
So for overheads, I decided to go with the SE VR1s. They're good ribbons, and I like the sound of them, so I thought they'd be good for overheads.
All right, so we've got a overhead right here. Another one right there. Nice. Or is it nice? Whoa, look at that snare mic. It's going ribbon on the snare.
For snare, I chose the M160. I don't really know why I chose a ribbon mic. I've never put that mic on a snare before, but I just kind of wanted to try something new. I've never done this before.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, I went with a Beta 52 on the kick. It's the mic that I'm most familiar with in this whole setup. He said to keep it simple, so I kind of did a modified Glyn Johns mic placement with the kick, snare, and overheads. He said keep it simple, so that's the setup I kind of went with.
So this is the room that I was using as the drum room before, basically for the first year of working in this house, and it's great. It's a great sounding drum room. We've got panels all over the ceilings here, some stuff on the walls. When we made the Epic Drum recording course, we did a lesson on how the room influences the sound of the recording. So we moved some things. Now we've got the living room kit or the live kit, and then this is going to be the booth kit. $232. I'll start tweaking on the snare because I think I need to adjust the snare wires here. Cool. Headphones. All right, so here's another fun detail about how the studio works and how this process is about to unfold for Ike. I have basically a mixer, a sub-mixer, if you will, for all the drum mics that go to a stereo send for our headphone boxes here. Because we now have 2 drum rooms, we'll have to set up a second mixer for one of the kits, and so I have not told Ike that. We're just going to see if he picks up on it and how he approaches that.
So now what we're going to go into is he's going to show me messing up, not knowing where things are located in the Galaxy, which is part of the reason why we're doing this whole thing is because I want to get better at knowing his whole setup, how to do everything, and just be prepared for anything that could come up in a session. And the biggest part of his whole studio and setup that I am least familiar with is the Galaxy software, and you're about to see that.
All right, so what are you working on here?
Okay, I just patched in the mics from the drum B room into the first 4 Warm Audio 73s over there.
Okay.
And now I need to test that they're getting signal.
Okay. What are we looking at here for the people at home?
This is the Galaxy
software control panel.
Yep. This is in here's the routing page here.
Yep. And you were just looking at the
this is the mixer window.
Okay, and what's in this mixer?
And this mixer is the drums from the live room.
From the living room. Yep. So we're not using those, right? No. So that's on mixer.
That's mixer 3.
Yeah. Fun fact: the Antelope control software has 4 different mixers. So we're using mixer 3 for the live room. So maybe
we use mixer 2 for the B room.
Maybe we could use a different mixer for the other room, and we just have to basically send those mics over to that mixer. So we'd find whatever those inputs are.
Which are these 4 right here?
Those are
dot outs.
Okay.
We need
line in. Did you pull a handful of patches to patch into 17 through 20?
I moved the synths from
1920
and 20 to 21, 22, so they're still
okay.
And if we want to use them.
Okay.
Those are right here on 19 and 20.
Yeah.
And then there was nothing patched in for 17 and 18.
Okay.
When I patched them.
Those were normal, but that's okay.
Oh.
So, all right. So then you just need to somehow get those line inputs into that mixer.
Yes.
How do we do that?
Line in 17 through 20, and those are in mix 1, and we want to put those in mixer 2.
Yeah.
So now when we come over to mixer 2...
Yeah, you dragged them like into the middle of the mixer, so they're there. If you double click, you can rename them
up here
at the top what they are, yeah. There you go. And you just want to unmute those puppies so you can see if it's getting signal or not. All right, I'll go give you some level, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with headphones, but I might, that's something for you to think about.
Oh, headphones. Nothing. They're not getting any signals. Green lines 1 through 4, and they're going to mic pre out. It should be interface. Oh. Okay, yeah. Alright, can you hear it in there?
I can hear you.
Or you can't hear it in your headphones?
No. Are you sending the drum mix to the headphones?
Not yet. Oh. It's mixer 2 going to 8 it out 3 and 4. Are you getting it in your headphones now?
Okay, so it's almost 3 o'clock. This was a fun, spontaneous idea. What did you learn about the setup that you were like, that was new information?
We need to start with the Galaxy, getting it to the headphones. In the routing tab, I forgot that we put these drums in the B room on mixer 2.
Right.
But in the routing, I did assign mixer 2 outputs to the headphone box, which is on ADA out.
Okay.
So I learned that to be more aware of
Yep.
what I'm actually doing and verifying it.
Okay.
Double checking patches,
Okay.
because when I first patched in, I patched into the mic pre-outs. And
You patched into them
yeah,
from the room?
from the room.
Okay.
So I was like, why am I getting signal? And
Ah.
I just read and I'm like, oh, well, that's just me being really dumb.
Okay.
So I moved that quickly. Even though I had on the overheads, I had the same like settings on here. On there, they weren't even.
Right.
And so I adjusted the output on the
Trim. Yep.
The trim to so the levels matched.
Now, you said you could hear them in here. How are you monitoring them in this room through the speakers?
On here, I had it switched to mixer 1 on here,
Okay.
which is mixer 1 in the routing page or on the mixer page.
And so you had the mixer 2 routed to this somehow? Oh, I see.
What am I hearing?
Those tracks were already routed here, so you're just monitoring them direct.
Oh, so that's what I was hearing. Okay, well,
Yeah.
would it just be the same thing as dragging the mixer out
Yep.
into mixer
Into
1
mixer 1, yes.
somewhere and then unmuting it there?
Yep. So for people who are like, what's up with these mixers? This interface has 4 separate 32-channel mixers that are unassigned. You can use for whatever you want. Boom.
Cool. So now,
So now when I do drums, yeah, you can mute these direct tracks and you'll just hear the kit. These mixers operate for different things. They're basically sub-mixers, but I use mixer 1, essentially monitor section. So I can monitor not only outputs from the computer, but inputs that we're recording simultaneously. So you can have DAW returns, line returns, and you can hear line inputs all in one place, and you can balance it for your control room mix. And then the other mixers, and in this case, mixer 2, is our drum booth sub-mixer, so we can kind of balance levels and see levels on there. And then mixer 3 is the live room mixer, which is the bigger drum kit. And we can get essentially a listening mix or a headphone mix for the drummer, and then just take the stereo output of those mixers and send those anywhere you want. Sometimes that can be confusing, but once you kind of wrap your head around it, it's very simple and allows you to do a lot very quickly. So now the question is, are these sounds any good?
We'll find out. All right, he's now playing harder, so we're redoing levels.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Problem time. Troubleshooting time is beautiful. So we got to figure out overhead hat is no longer receiving input.
Yeah.
So you're not seeing a meter in Galaxy.
No.
Show me the patch that the microphone comes in on.
We're coming in on the B room lines, tie line 3
Okay.
Coming
and that's patched into
into 3, and that's patched into the mic pre 19.
mic pre 19 what?
In.
Yes, these are important details. Okay.
And that's this warm 73.
Okay, and what is the mic pre input gain set to?
Mic pre input gain.
Yeah.
It was before I just barely turned it off, but it was on mic.
Would you mind going and playing the drums and we'll see if anything changes? Just so we could hear signal. We're gonna see if this meter moves here. It works! Alright, we'll switch to off and then it stops working. All we did is just turned it away from off and then the signal came in.
Confused because it didn't start.
Well, it was working when I was
Yeah.
playing, and then something changed when you were adjusting levels, and then it
Yeah.
went away. So the simplest solution is it was set to off,
Yeah.
and when you were checking, maybe you were just overwhelmed and you thought you did that and you didn't.
I'm guessing that's what's happened.
Because now it works.
All right, he's going in, and I'm gonna get levels again. That's loud. So I'm gonna turn the overhead left down.
Okay, let's listen. And for the viewers at home, we have 4 audio tracks and a click track. So that's what we're monitoring right now, is that. No bussing, no inserts, just raw Ike decisions. Everything's pan mono, cool. I will pan, and I'll adjust some things while I'm doing this. Fun fact, Ike and I spent like 5 weeks making a drum recording course. So Ike is very in tune with my process of recording drums, and hopefully he applied all those things and didn't forget any of it.
Yeah, I helped him make that course and everything, and I learned all the information. But what I quickly found out doing this without practice, knowledge means nothing.
Getting good sounds is one thing. Knowing what to do is another thing. Having to do it very fast and remember everything is another thing. And knowing what your decisions are, making sure that you're checking everything, like the engineer isn't like, oh, I know where to put the mic and I can turn the preamp up to where it looks and sounds okay. It's being aware, like, oh, the drummer's walking in there. Are his headphones, is he going to hear everything he needs to hear before he even sits down? It's going, thinking 5 steps ahead on every decision and having what you need done before they sit down or before they go in that room, before they even ask, ready, you know. It's all those things. The technical stuff is like almost like so unimpressive. Because, like, I mean, not the turning knobs is and knowing when and why, but it's all the other stuff. It's when the clock is running, when the people are here, when the pressure's on. Snare sounds out of phase. Maybe the overheads are out of phase too. No, I think it's just the snare. Okay, so no, I'm just pointing out things for you that I'm seeing, and you can take for whatever you will. A lot of people are going to have conflicted feeling on this thing I'm going to mention, which is overheads are on mono tracks. Some people like that. I don't like that. If it's a stereo mic on a thing, I want them to be on one track, because if I want to EQ them, I don't want to have double every plugin. And in theory, I'm not going to mic something in stereo and intentionally have different levels. So I don't need that independent fader, right? So I would put them on a stereo track personally. And I'm going to do that because I'm OCD psycho. So we're going to go overheads. Overheads, as I labeled them. We're going to select these, drag these down. Boop. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of these other tracks here. All right. So much better. All right, let's make these tracks a little bit bigger for the folks at home or on their phone. It's my gut that this is out of phase. It could just be like halfway. Kind of sounds halfway. That feels much more natural to me. So I just reversed polarity on the snare. I'm going to actually move it to overheads because I'm kind of weird like that. I almost always am reversing overheads. Okay, let's put the kick in there. Meaty snare drum. Now, the snare drum does just sound meaty, but putting a ribbon on it, it's very dark and meaty. So cool. You chose a Beta 52 on kick drum. Sounds like a Beta 52. Now, another thing to mention, Ike left the drum decisions to me of like what I did to the drums. When you're engineering, you want to be aware of the drummer and those drums, because sometimes those drums need some love. I should have intentionally tried to make it sound bad on the drum side to see if you said anything. That's a good test. Remember that for next time. Yeah, otherwise, this is kind of cool. The drumming is subpar, you know. Kick level is a little low, actually. I noticed that in the cans as well. That's probably because I was playing harder, and then I softened up, and then you just didn't make it up. So we'll adjust our playback. Just ever so curious to look at the phase relationship of these overheads. Pretty good. That's pretty good. The viewers at home, leave comments down below telling Ike what you think of his phase relationship here. Yeah, you can see the snare and the overheads are just ever so subtly not in love, because these are almost 100% out, but then that's a little. So I may have even put them a little bit closer to the drums, which would have just shifted that a little bit more in, but I think it's okay. All right, now you sit here and listen. And I feel like it could be more decisive, but obviously this is going to depend on the
Song.
That's right. Very good. All right, this was fun. Now we have 4 mics on drums. We're ready to rock and roll in the B room. We will use these tracks today as we work on the tape machine to test recording to tape. Good job, Ike.
Hit the like button, subscribe, and all that stuff.
Wait, what's that sweatshirt you're wearing?
Oh, Studio A-Hole. Every studio has one. I guess I'm it in this studio.
Where can you get that shirt?
His merch store. Andrew Master, I don't know what is it on your website?
It's in the description.
It's in the description. Buy it in the description if you want epic merch.
Yeah. Check it out. You can get it down there. All right. Bye, guys.